Okay, good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever watch me from. Welcome back, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. This is actually a new video, so you are all welcome to the channel. If you're here for the first time, I'm Setowas, and welcome back to one more video for this 2025. And for this 2025, we are going to put more of videos here because you guys need to learn more. Okay, so let's begin with today's video. Today we are going to look at Forex versus stocks. Forex versus stock. Which one should we be trading? Should we be trading Forex or you should be trading stocks? Which of them is good as a trader? Which of them do you have to trade? And what are the pros and cons and advantages and disadvantages of each of them? So that's what we are going to cover today. As a beginner trader, you might be wondering which one to trade, because sometimes you hear some people say they trade Forex, you hear others saying they trade stocks, and you'll be wondering which one is even better, which one is easy to trade, which one is more comfortable to trade, and which one is easily accessible for you to trade as a trader. So you hear people saying different things about stocks and about Forex, and you want to get a clear view. So by the time this video ends, you have at least basic knowledge of the difference between the stock and the Forex, so that you can decide which one you are going to decide to trade for this 2025. So let's begin. But before we begin, if you are here for the first time, kindly subscribe. Go below and subscribe to my channel. Kindly subscribe to the channel and hit the like button to help the algorithm to push the video through more. Okay, this channel we share a lot of good information, but because it's a small channel, it doesn't have the numbers. So just subscribe and hit the like button if you enjoy the video. Okay, so let's begin. Let's begin with understanding each of the differences, the stock markets and the Forex markets. You have to understand what they do and what actually they mean. Let's begin with the stock market. When we say stock, you are buying stock or you are trading in stock. Stock is all about companies. Stock is all about companies, and Forex is all about currencies. So currency is based on country, right? Country's currency. Stock is based on companies, policies, companies' performance, companies' fund, anything about companies. Forex is about countries, while stock is about companies. So let's say a company A starts operation. Company A starts operation, and they go public. After they become a public company, now they want funds, because every company needs funds to pursue their projects. No matter how the big ideas a company has, if you don't have the money to pursue your project, then you can't do anything. And building a company is very difficult. So they issue stocks for sale. They issue shares. They issue shares to shareholders. Shareholders are people who want to own part of the company. So let's say you decide, okay, I like this company. Let me use example as Tesla. I like Tesla. I want to own shares in Tesla. Owning share in Tesla means that you own part of the business. But as an individual trader, you don't have that huge money to own a big part of the business. So you buy their shares. And sometimes, this is just for general discussion, a share can range from $100. A share can be $500 per share. $500. It all depends. It all depends, actually. A share can even be $1,000. Or a share can be maybe 120, 150, 170. It can be anything at all. So as an individual, you don't have huge capital to own the business. You can own part of the business. So you can buy maybe, if let's say a share is $150, you can buy, let's say, 5,000 shares, which means 5,000 times 150 becomes your value of your ownership of the company. So they issue shares to raise funds. So it can be Google, it can be Amazon, it can be Microsoft, it can be Apple, it can be any company at all. They raise funds to pursue their projects. So they issue shares. So as an individual, you can buy shares and you wait for the price of the shares to go up. Let's say the share was, let's say by 2020, let me just give an example. Let me clean this. Let's say that in 2020, in 2020, you bought share from a company A, and the share was, let's say the value of the share was, let me assume, $200 per share. Now in 2025, let's assume now the value of the share for the same company A is now $350 per share, or let's say approximately $500, which means that now you've made profit because you bought the shares at $200, you've held on to the shares, and now the value of the share is $500 in 2025, which means if you sell these shares, you've made some profit. You've made profit from your investment. That is what we mean by buying and selling shares. So you share it and then you make profits out of your investment. On the other hand, the value of the share could have also come down, but let's leave that one for another video. So assuming that you buy shares at a lower price and you sell at a higher price. So shares are all about companies, okay? Stock is all about companies. So in stock trading, you don't actually buy the physical shares, but we trade the data behind this particular company. That's what it means, stock trading. So instead of maybe buying and holding the physical paper share, paper contract, we buy the data behind these companies. So we trade the data, the graph behind these companies as day traders. That is just a layman understanding, like the general overview of what I'm trying to just give to you so that you understand it easily. So we just buy the data behind these companies and we hold, and when the market goes up, we make some profit. So as a day trader, you might not hold it from all the way from 2020 all the way to 2025. No, because you are not an investor, you are a trader. So which means as traders, we are using the same concept, but we are buying the data behind this chart and holding for a short period of time. A short period of time can be 2 hours, can be 3 days, can be 1 week, or whichever time frame. So we buy and we take our profit within a short period of time, within the day or within 2 weeks or within 3 days, depending on which kind of trader you are. Either you are a swing trader, you are a day trader, or you are a scalper. But the concept remains the same. The moment you buy, the contract behind it is that you are owning parts of the company, and when you sell, you are selling your shares. So that is what meant by stock trading. So if you say you are trading stocks, you are trading company shares. That's just general overview. Now let's come to Forex. When it comes to Forex, we deal with currencies. When we say currencies, countries have currencies. It's a medium of exchange. Everybody is aware of currencies. So we deal with currencies. We buy and sell currencies. Instead of buying and selling company shares, we buy and sell currencies. So we have the US dollar, right? We sell currencies. US dollar, we have the euro, we have the Japanese yen. So we can sell these currencies in combination of one or two of them. So for instance, in the traditional forex business, the forex trading has two methods. Either the traditional forex, like the way the stock has a traditional stock where you can buy the shares and own ownership, or you can use the graph and you make profits from buying and selling within the day. The same happens in the forex market. The forex market also comes in two ways. We have the traditional forex market where you can actually exchange your currency. Let's say you are from country BB. Your country is called country BB, and country BB has a currency, and this is your currency note. You can decide to exchange this currency note for something else. So let's say this currency note, you want to exchange it for the US dollar because maybe the US dollar is higher in your currency. So let's assume that currently as we speak, let's say 20 US dollars equals let's say 500 of your local currency. I'm just giving an example. So as a traditional forex market trader, you may decide to go to the forex bureau and exchange, get some of your currency, and you exchange for more USD, and you keep it until the time your currency, your traditional currency values, let's say now about 3 months, about 6 months, about 1 year, now the same 20 US dollar now equals about, let's say, 1,000 of your local currency. which means you've made profit from the price difference. And this happens in most of the country. This is what most of the traditional forex traders they do. So if you are from any country at all, Kenya, Nigerian Naira, Ghana, Zimbabwe, if you are from any country at all, or you are from, you see the difference between the euro and the dollar is very small. So most people don't do that, but most people from the African countries, they do that. Okay, Kenya, Morocco, most of the African countries, they do that. They hold the US dollar, and then they wait for their countries, their local currency to appreciate against the US dollar, and then they'll go and exchange, so they'll get more of their local currencies. That is the traditional way of trading the forex. But as forex traders, the same way the stock market has data, as forex traders, you also trade the data behind these currency pairs, the data behind this currency. And the data behind this currency is the graph you are going to trade to make profits. So instead of you to hold for maybe 6 months or 1 year, you buy and sell within the same day. So let's say you buy a forex chart somewhere here or somewhere there. Now you hold after 2 hours or after 3 hours, or maybe just after 10 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, you decide to take your profits and you are out of the market, which is called scalping. So as a forex trader, you can hold for some time, just like the stock trader, and you can trade and make profit. So either way, either you're trading a stock, either you're trading a forex pair, and forex pairs are combine the two currencies to get a pair. So Euro USD, we have the pound with the United States, the pound with the US dollar, the USD and the yen. We have the USD and the Swiss. This is from Switzerland, okay, the Swiss franc. We have the USD and the Canadian dollar, AUD and the USD, NZD, New Zealand dollar and the USD. These are all currency pairs you can trade. Just like you can trade stock, you can trade Tesla, can trade Google, can trade Amazon, can trade Microsoft, can trade Apple. These are all similar ways we trade. So the question is, what is the difference and which one is easier to trade, and what are the terms and conditions behind them? Now, when it comes to Forex, Forex has short and long time trading, which means that Forex is open in 3 sessions. We have the Asian session, we have the UK session or the London session, and we have the US session. So Forex has long time trading hours. So you can trade in the short mode. You can decide to choose any of the sessions and trade, or you can trade all the sessions, or anytime, any day you want to trade Forex. Forex is available for you to trade. So that is the number one reason why people trade Forex. Unlike stock, stock is only available at a particular moment of the day, particular time of the day. Some US stocks open at 2 p.m. in your local time. Some may open at 1 a.m. in your local time. So stocks are difficult to trade if you don't have freedom of time. You are not really free with time, or you don't have specific time you trade. You can't actually trade stock. So stock cannot actually be traded for a long time. You have to actually have specific time you are looking at the charts. Maybe every time when the stock market opens, then you trade. But it's not 24/7 market, just like the forex market. So stock is not 24/7 market. It's specific for only particular period of time. Now, short time traders can take trade using 30 minutes and the H1 candles, and even can scalp 1 minute candles. In stock, most of the professional stock traders use H4 because stock you are buying and you are holding for some time. Sometimes you can buy and hold for 3 days, you can hold for 2 days, you can hold for 5 days, 1 week. Most of the stock traders use H4, and few of them are scalpers, and they use maybe M5 to scalp the market or M1 to scalp the market. But on the average, most stock traders trade on the higher time frame H4 and daily, and they can hold their trade for maybe 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, because they are actually predicting some movement of a company performance. So that's why it's happening that way. So Forex is traded 24 hours. Forex is traded 24 hours, which is every time full time Forex is already available, and stock is only traded several hours per day. Now, this is the important aspect. Forex offer opportunity to profit from both buying upwards and selling. So in Forex, when the currency pair is going upwards, you can sell, you can buy and join the trend. On the other hand, if the same currency pair or another currency pair is coming downwards, you can also sell. So you can either buy or you can also sell. Same as in stock. But in stock trading, there are some regulations. In some stocks, you can't sell and buy at the same time. There are a lot of regulations behind buying and selling of stocks. There is no freedom because stock market is actually centralized system, and forex market is traded over the counter. We call it OTC. OTC, which means over the counter market. So which means you can trade it, you can trade the way you would. There are more flexibility to forex market than as compared to the stock market, because there are a lot of regulations behind buying and selling stocks, because stocks are actually centralized. They trade through a centralized exchange. So for the advantages, I can say forex has more advantages than stocks in terms of flexibility. But for more security and for more stability, I think stock has more stability than forex. If you want a stable environment to trade, then you can trade stocks. That's what I believe. If you want more environment where it is very busy and you can take more trade, or you can get more chance within the day, or you can scalp, then I prefer you stick to forex. But if you want to trade and take your time and observe the market well, and you understand you are a company guy, some people are not, they don't want to hear anything about companies, shares, stock, whatever, and then they don't go to stock trader. You don't become a stock trader because you get bored, okay? And just stick to currency trading. But if you are interested in company, listening to company news, listening to company new policies and how they are performing, and you want to buy and hold for some time, then you can trade on the stock market. So this is actually the main difference between stock and forex trading. So as a day trader, you have to decide. Which one is okay for you, and then you master it, because the act of becoming a day trader makes about 80% of your journey. So that's what I've been telling my training students. You see, about 80% of your success as a trader depends on you learning to become a trader. Then only 20% of your success as a trader depends on the asset class you're going to trade. Either you're going to trade stock or you're going to trade forex. Now, use the 20% effort to master the skill, the particular skill to trade a particular asset class. So 80% is to learn to become a day trader. That's the most important aspect. And to learn to become a day trader, you are learning the concept of trading itself, not just about clicking buy and clicking sell. If you do that, you lose your money. So the concept of learning how to day trade makes about 80% of your success as a trader. It's like learning how to drive a car. Learning how to drive itself makes about 80% of your success as a driver, right? Being a good driver, about learning about 80% depends on you. Then after you learn how to drive, you can drive any different kind of car, maybe Mercedes, BM. And even if you want to learn to drive trucks, you can still apply the same concept, just that you need specialized skills on those kind of vehicles. The same way in trading, about 80% of your success depends on you becoming a trader. Learning how to become a trader first, and now you can trade different asset classes by learning them, taking about 20% effort to learn specifically what they do and how they behave and how you're going to trade them to become profitable. That's all. Day trading is simple if you put systems in place, but if you trade anyhow and you do things anyhow, then you are going to find yourself wanting, okay? So that's what I always tell my students to do. And take the advice. About 80% of your success as a trader depends on you learning to become a trader. You have to learn to become a trader first, and then now you learn the asset classes. Either you're going to trade stocks, or you're going to trade forex, or you're going to trade maybe metals or something, maybe metals or indices or any asset class. But at least you must learn to become a day trader first, and then you now learn the other asset classes. So I think that will be all for this video. And if you've enjoyed the video, then hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and come back every time to watch such videos. Until then, take care of yourself and see you next time. Bye.